Okay, sorry guys. Let me get connected with our special guest. Um, Wait a minute. Let me tag her. Sorry. It's always so much fun on this part, right? Okay. I don't know why it's not letting me. Hi, hello. If you're coming on, say hello. I'm just trying to get on my special guest. It's so crazy. All right. There we go. Hello, everyone. Just coming on. Okay. I am I have a special guest called Danielle, and I will introduce her in a moment. What's crazy is I don't know why I can't tag anyone here. This is like, what's happening? There we go. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness me, guys. All right. It's always so like, ooh. Hello, everyone. Okay. I'm doing my Transformation Tuesday on a Monday because of scheduling conflicts. So today, there you are. Hi, Danielle. All right. Let me add you. And let's see to get you on camera with okay, this is Jaime Zazzara, creator of Be Happy, Be Free, where I empower women. Yay! All right, can we hear you? Say hello.
Hello.
Yes, 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 perfect. I just like to check because the last few times I was getting some echoing, and so that's good. That's good. All right, so let me
Too much high
introduce.
vibration going back and forth.
Yes, that's definitely what it is. I can't talk though when it's echoing. Actually, I had to redo an entire interview, so I don't want that to be the case. So thank you for being here. Let me just introduce myself. My name is Jaime Zazzara. I'm the creator of Be Happy, Be Free, where I empower women to let go of the past, love themselves completely, and live a balanced, happy life. Focus on that mind, body, and spirit connection. So Danielle, my special guest tonight is Danielle Woolley. And gosh, I don't even know specifically what year we actually met, but we met through a network marketing company, Isogenics, through, I guess, I don't even know. How many years
We met,
ago?
I want to say it was 5 years ago, because as I was waiting for this to connect, I'm pretty sure that we met in San Diego. So not even in New Jersey, where we both lived at the time. I'm pretty certain we met in San Diego.
Mm, interesting. Awesome. Yeah, that would be correct. This summer. It's crazy how time flies, right? And we both had such amazing success. But what's amazing to me is that the people that I met through network marketing, like I still have those relationships today, and they developed in so many different ways because of that. So I feel like it was a catalyst in propelling me to where I am now. And so you can tell me all about yourself, like where you're at now and kind of what you're doing.
Sure. So I actually attribute Isogenics to a lot of the personal development journeys that I've been on, as well as a
Mm,
lot of the marketing and sales skills that I've developed over the last 4 or 5 years. And what many people may not know, especially those who are still my existing product users, I actually am not doing the business anymore. So I still maintain the relationships of all the people that I've connected with along the way. And what's
mm,
really cool is I'm now referring my, people that are coming to me asking for, what are you doing? What are you up to? Tell me about this new product. And depending on what their goals are, I've actually been referring those out to other people.
wow.
I know, and you're
Yeah.
probably looking and going, you're nuts. But as we're talking, I'll explain more as to why.
No worries. You know what? It all leads us to where we are now, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
our lives, we go through ebbs and flows of kind of like what we're focused on, and then it changes, and that's totally okay. So,
Yeah, and actually, one of
yeah.
my words for the year, and I know it's a lot of people have like a vision board, or some people might have a word of the year, or the goal, or their why, but right there is the word flow. I'm actually having a fight right now with my light, so that's why you can't see it all that great at the moment. But it really has contributed to everything I'm doing. And one of the things I like to talk about a lot is about you not being your title or not being your company or not being your
Mm,
product, but being yourself. And every piece of all of
mm.
my entrepreneurial journeys, my full-time career, all the organizations I'm involved in, that all builds who you are and the things you can give back to the community.
Absolutely. Well, I love that your word is flow.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't tell anyone, okay, my book title, because I got this, and this was actually supposed to be my first book that I was writing, but then I shifted gears, and the word flow is in my book. All right, I'm going to
Oh,
tell you,
that's awesome.
let it go, it is. Let it go, let it flow. So I'm excited. Wow.
That's really great.
So my word, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, tell me about, okay, because what's crazy, well, it's not crazy. I know this, you know this, how the universe works, right? And you kind of reconnect with people at the right time. And then you end up that you're like, oh, wow, you're all the way over here and you're doing something similar to what I'm doing. And meanwhile, you haven't talked in a long time. I don't even know how because it's been 5 years since, or a lot, I moved here 2.5 years ago, and Fem City was like something that I wanted to do, right? I guess when I moved here, how recent is Fem City?
So
Like, well,
FemCity's
I'll let
been
you tell the
around.
story, but
Okay, sure. So
sorry,
FemCity's
go
been around
ahead,
for
go
a
ahead.
long time. The woman who founded it
Mm.
actually lives in the Miami area, and she created it
Oh.
as her own little her baby that she birthed, because even though she has her own children too, but this is like her thing, because she just got sick of going to the same types of networking events, or spending an entire day spending a lot of money to go to something that she thought was going to be empowering. And one of the examples that she tells the story
Mm-hmm.
of way better than I do is it wound up being like this big fancy dinner that they paid for, or luncheon or something, and some guy was talking about dentistry and showing pictures of teeth and sitting at tables, and you really didn't get to talk and connect with people. So she just started doing her own thing, inviting other women in business that she knew, and started posting about it in social media. People started saying like, wow, this is great, I wish I had something like this in my area. And she originally founded a company called Femfessionals, and we've transitioned over the last few
Hmm.
years to FemCity.
Wow. So how long have you been involved?
So it's going on, I want to say 4 years now. So the way that I found about the
Mm.
organization was I was traveling. I do a lot of travel with my full-time business and also my own entrepreneurial pursuits, and just because I love to travel too. And I was in Kansas City, Missouri, looking for either hot yoga or something to do to network and collaborate and connect with other people. Because even though I do get to do a lot of speaking or working with other companies, sometimes it gets lonely, especially, you're have a certain persona on when you're the face, or, someone's a company that you're working for example. So there's only so many things you can
Mm-hmm.
do and really get to do on your own. So for me, I was feeling either hot yoga or networking, and I came across an event from Femfessionals at the time, which is now Fem City, and was like, oh, this sounds like something that I want to check out. And immediately I noticed a difference. So in New Jersey, especially, we have a lot of really great
Mm-hmm.
organizations, many that I'm involved in. But when it comes to the word networking, sometimes it's just loud music and drinks and handing out cards. What do you do? Tell me what you do. And I compare it sometimes to Night at the Roxbury. Do you remember that skit from Saturday Night Live? I'll totally
Yes.
reenact it if you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you want to dance? You want to dance? What do you do? Oh, okay, yeah. No, what do you do? And it used to freak me out.
It's
Like,
like
I feel
speed
people come.
dating. It's like speed.
Yeah, exactly. Like handing out cards. I wish I had a stack of cards on me right now. I'm like, what do you do? Oh no, I already know someone who does that. What do you do? Oh, okay, I want to talk to you. And it's like, not at all did you ask. Like, tell me about yourself. What's something that you are passionate about? What's something that you love? And just walking into this room with people just talking about, not so much about themselves, but things that they're passionate about, giving gratitudes to other women in
Mm.
business, giving like real life testimonies without even being prompted. I'm like, where am I right now? So I loved it so much. They
Wow.
asked me to start it in New Jersey, started an area out here, and then we've just been, expanding and refining the formats to make everything more intimate. And now I have a director role where I help women all over the place do that, working with the leadership team to do that.
Wow, that's amazing. So like that had to be around the time, like, so yeah, like 4 years ago, I had left my teaching, job, and so I was full time working from home. So I was like on a Chamber of Commerce. I was hosting my own networking things. It definitely wasn't in New Jersey at that time. Like, I guess it was
No,
2014, 2015. It
it
wasn't
was
there.
not. Because
And
even when it originally
you're
did, it was
absolutely
up in
right.
Monmouth County. And then now we've expanded. We have like 4 or 5
Mm,
different collectives in New Jersey. There's got to be at least 10 in Florida at this
okay.
point. And it's
Yes.
all over the world.
Well, there absolutely is. Like, and what's funny is that, good friends of mine, they go to the one in Tom's River. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, Dawn Malinowski, we work together in the Lacey Chamber, and she heads up that one, or maybe she just goes. I think
We have a collective in Lacey too.
it's,
Kate Mann runs that one,
yeah,
or Kate Mahone. I always say her last name wrong. I
okay.
love you, Kate. Sorry.
Yeah, yeah. And Lori, no, it's actually, oh my gosh, I'm getting old because I'm losing my mind that I'm drawing a blank on a name, but the person in charge of the Tom's River Chamber.
Well, it's
Um,
okay. Oh, Noelle. We'll give a shout out to
Noelle.
Noelle.
Thank you. So, yes, she's amazing. She is amazing. I love what she did with the chamber anyway, but I'm sad that I'm not there because
I think
now
you
it's
need more.
happening in
You need
all
more
my friends.
adaptogens. You need more adaptogens today. Take some before you go to bed. Get your noggin going.
What? Oh, yeah, I think you'll find, okay, as you get over 40, no matter what I do, it's just that way. But thank you. That's a good idea. Um, Well, I totally lost my train of thought. So,
I,
it's
I do that to
amazing.
people
It
sometimes. I'm
happens.
sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. No, it doesn't take much for me to get my mind distracted. But yeah. So anyway, it just so happened we reconnected. I was like, oh my gosh, she's doing Fem City. It was just like it kept coming up for me. And honestly,
So
I haven't been able to attend yet because it's like during the day. And I'm like, you know what? Because I am a media specialist by day. And I'm like, I think I'm just going to step into the role and be like, you know, go during my work time just to get involved, because I follow all the people there's one in Fort Lauderdale right where I live.
mhm.
So, yes. Tell me what it actually, well, it's up to you. You can tell me about Fin City and then tell me what you do as well.
Sure.
But I'm interested to know like the benefits of joining basically. They're running a promotion right now in June and kind of tell me like, I know they have in-person events, but I know there's a lot of online content as well,
Yes.
right?
So I get asked that a lot. And actually, the question is usually, well, why should I join another thing? Why can't I just, pick and choose? And like, why can't I just pop up whenever I want? And it's because there are already so many other organizations where you have the ability to do that and so many different events and networking things. And FemCity, we really truly try to build a community. So that's why we call them collectives.
Mm.
And by joining as a business member, you're committing your time, your energy, your gratitude, like all those woo-woo words. I'm totally a woo-woo person, so you can totally relate. That's why I thought this was a good match to chat together. But the idea is that you're meeting once a month in person so that you can share in gratitude, talk about what you've been up to, get some feedback on what's going on. But it's set up in a format where we're also really respectful of everyone's time so that you can save the networking piece at
Mm.
the end. And you don't have to feel bad if you can't attend in live because there's a private Facebook group that you can be a part of and stay connected on. We do a
Mm.
monthly masterclass. So I don't know about you, but I get ads in my news feeds all the time to like sign up for this masterclass,
Yeah.
this webinar, this mastermind, like whatever buzzwords you want to use. But we do that all included with the membership because our goal is whether you're starting a
Mm.
business, you're already in business, or you're just looking to have a collaborative community of women to connect with, we want to put all those resources together for you.
That's
So,
awesome. Yes, I'm totally joining. And
it's
yeah,
only not, I
what I
think
saw
you're the
so
one who
far,
mentioned
like
it was
they would
only,
have.
go ahead, there's a little bit of a lag. Keep going.
No, I had seen like events here anyway where they would have like, it's obviously a member and they do like a guest spotlight. So they kind of showcase what they do, like what their business
Mm-hmm.
offers. But this is what I was thinking earlier is that a lot of the things that I went to, you were so spot on, it would be the same people, right? And then certain organizations only allow one person per like profession, mark, whatever, and it was like, okay, I can. be with another life coach or another health coach and not be in competition, you know? So it's good,
Exactly.
you know, just
And we
creating
actually
that.
say that right
Yeah.
on our website too, is, no two people are going to connect with each other in the same way. So whether there's five
Hmm.
realtors, 20 realtors, like we're all different women looking to support one another, and there's plenty of business to go around.
So it is only women, right? I love that too.
Yes. And so I'm all about connecting and collaborating, because that's what my business is now. And I'm really thankful to my journey through network marketing, because I was in network marketing a long time ago with a company that was okay, but it was a lot of work, a lot of inventory, a lot of overhead. And then just Isogenics was so amazing and perfect. I still use it every single day. Going on 5, 6 years now, I think. My husband still uses them every day. People I
Yeah.
talk to every single day about using them. But for me, I realized the part that I loved is not so much like the sales, and like I love the residual income, which I still receive, which is pretty cool about network marketing too. But I loved working with people on whatever their passion was. So for me, the reason why I decided to make the shift was, one, I realized I was a chronic not quitter. Like whenever I dedicated myself to something, I just was not going to quit. And I got to a point where I was like, you know what, no, this is something I do need to let go of, because I love helping people with whatever their business or passion is, and not just one specific thing. So it was actually holding me back from being
Hmm.
able to serve more people.
I get that. I it's actually my weakness, right? And I think a lot of people like ourselves, which are like multipreneurs, you tend to want to take on, take on, take on, and then you're not really like, well, I'm speaking about myself. I tend to do too much, and then I'm not completing or really focusing in on what my real purpose is, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. So, I love that that's what's in your bio is natural, like connector, leader, facilitator. Love it because I feel like I'm that way too. But
Oh, absolutely.
so
You definitely are.
what do you yeah, I love talking with people. I meet people everywhere I go and it's like how can I connect you and help you and that's also what networking should be. It shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be like 2 seconds, let me just, you know, elevator pitch, whatever. It should be developing a relationship. It should be like, okay, what do I offer? What sort of value do I offer and how would that impact you? Right? So yeah, so what so you shift your role. So
Mm-hmm.
what sort of things do you offer yourself as like I guess you would be considered like a business coach kind of?
So funny, you're like the 200th person to say that. And I typically respond with not a coach, but happy to be one. I consider myself to be a connector, collaborator, facilitator. So those are the words that I use, and it's all about
Mm-hmm.
bringing people together. So a couple of examples of that is, through Fem City, whether someone lives in another state, or went to a really amazing event this weekend that one of my good friends, and actually one of the women that helped me bring Fem City to New Jersey originally, Dana Garced, she hosts the summer solstice. So I invited a couple of friends that I knew, who then connected with other people, and just watching like the magic happen between, how can we work together to kind of do more together versus me trying to do something and me trying to do something alone is just really magical to me. And speaking with the woman that was there, Terry Shaw, she actually just was launching a book today. And that was amazing to hear. So that, of course, everybody was behind her supporting that. But then also she mentioned she was from Kingston, Jamaica. I'm like, oh, we have a Fem City out there. So then today I got to connect them together, and they're going to do something. And it's just, that's what I love doing. And a couple of examples of how I'm doing that right now is through the Association of Women Inventors and Entrepreneurs, AOE for short. We're having a big conference in June in New Jersey by bringing a ton of businesses together and entrepreneurs and inventors. Also connected and collaborated with, there's those words again. So I don't purposely say them to be cutesy. That's just the normal words that come out of my mouth all the time.
Yeah,
But
that's okay.
powering up with the New Jersey Yoga Collective and ETT Women and E-Women and AOE. And we're doing this big event together in August to show about how, as women, when we come together to empower each other through connecting and collaborating, bigger things can happen. So those are my three focuses for the summer. And then the last thing that I'm doing is kind of how to tie it all together in a smaller, more intimate space. So you could probably attest to, once you start attending events and doing all these things and the groups keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, what I do as far as the service I offer for people is we do a really small, intimate online Zoom meeting once a month for bring a business idea you're working on, something you're brainstorming, who do you need to know. This way it's more focused and intentional. Otherwise, it could be real easy. And you probably do this too, is when you're talking to people all throughout your day, like, oh, I have to get back to them, or I have this idea for them. It's just a focused space to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can, yeah, I make it a point to like do things right away when I meet somebody because otherwise you'll just forget. You know what I mean? If I need to connect someone right away. But that's awesome. So you do like one-on-one sessions then with,
I do
right?
a smaller group where I focus no more than 8 at a time, because the idea is, and this is what happens, and I think
Okay.
you can appreciate this, is more so the attraction that you're putting out there. So if I know that I'm going to have 3 people on my monthly call, or 8 people max, it turns out that they wind up working together or creating something awesome together. Or Sally knows a publisher, and Johnny needs to publish a
Hmm.
book, and they just happen to both be on the call at the same time. So that's
Yes,
what I do.
always.
Now, I want
That's
to ask
awesome. Oh, I
you,
love it.
because, yeah, I want to
Hmm.
ask you, because I've been following your podcast too, that you did,
Yes.
where you're doing
Hmm.
still. So I want to
Yes.
kind of turn around on you and ask, what made you, put your story out there more? Because that's something that I've been working on. I was kind of stuck for a little bit on, well, which story do I share? How much of it? And really,
Mm.
it's all of the story. And you've been doing that. So can you tell me more about what you felt called to do that for?
Absolutely. I actually joined a group coaching back in, I guess, December, Purpose Driven Business. I connected with 2 coaches, Paige and Monique, and working with them, like I've gotten crystal clear on what my purpose is. So I've released, just like you kind of said, you're like holding back. I was holding back for a long time. Like, so it's been 5 years since I was full on doing Isogenics. And like I met Bill, I met, love of my life. I kind of took a step back from everything and I really needed to, I had gone through some shit, as you recall.
I remember, yeah, even when
You
you
have
were
to
talking
read
about
my
like
book.
Beechwood, and yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, like, yeah. So anyway, I think sometimes when, so anyway, I myself took a step back. I mean, I moved from everything that I knew, and I think I needed that time to kind of process and begin my new life here. But so in the last 6 months, I've had a huge transformation in my just kind of releasing and letting go myself, and I really discovered what my purpose is. Yeah, I mean, my purpose is to really assist people to let go of their past and forgive and to find whatever it is that will make them happy. So the podcast is actually, you know what? I've been wanting to do a podcast and I was like, I'm just starting it. This is what happens, right? What do we do? I want to do this, I want to do this, and then you like get ready to get ready and you think you have to have like the perfect freaking microphone and you got to like have all the equipment. But
The
literally I
special
did it on
lighting. You don't need
Anchor.
lighting for a podcast, so.
No, just like right now, like this. So I, I mean, I will say I myself am a coach and I work with a coach. I feel everybody needs a coach to just have that
Absolutely.
accountability. The brainstorming, just someone else's perspective. And, but also I released a lot of my own core wounds. And in that, I was like, you know what? Why am I holding back anymore? So a lot of what I'm talking about is in my book. Actually, I didn't even realize it, but so I've written about half this book. I Am Free. And actually, each one of the topics have kind of been like the chapters. Really? So what's happening is I'm just letting it all out. Like,
So,
so you have so much experience, right? So what also
mhm.
has happened to me, I meditate all the time. So I practice meditation. My connection to source is like I don't know, improved drastically. Where I'm manifesting
Oh,
things, ideas are flowing. You're just in the flow, completely in the flow.
mhm.
So like I'm open to any and all things that happen, right? So your question is you don't know what to talk about? Is that your
So this,
question?
well, so here's the funny thing. So this is the card I pulled this morning. It says it's all backwards, obviously. So it says
Okay.
flow, and it says riches flow into my life in many ways and from many directions. And I actually
Mm.
laughed at it this morning because I'm like, no, I can't have anything else coming in. But okay, all right, I'll listen to that. So my question to you was, I was just curious because the podcast I've been working on, but I've been kind of doing it more just for myself, and the things I've been writing just kind of for myself, I feel that all starting to bubble up. And what I'm really interested in is, you know, what made you feel called to share people's transformation, share people's stories. So I appreciate you doing this. This is great.
Thank you. Yeah, I think it's all what you feel called to do, right? So if you have that burning desire, because I've had a burning desire to write a book for years, and I kept sitting on it, sitting on it. And so like this is just one more outlet. Like my goal was to like put myself out there in a real authentic way and share all of what I've been through, and even I continue to grow and learn because I think people, so like because I've grown so much and where I'm at now is so different than where I was 5 years ago, like that's what my book is going to be. And it's like mind blowing to see like, oh my gosh, in that space where I was, because there's so many people stuck. And it's like, how do you get from there to here? You know,
Yeah, I actually
you
listened to a
have to do, I
podcast.
mean,
I feel like we can have like a whole day show going on because going back to what you said before, is like, oh, I don't know how we connected, or it's crazy how we reconnected. But it just so happened we were at a really amazing transformational event led by Tara Romano, and you were sitting directly in front of me.
oh,
So like, it's
right.
like, holy hell. Like, of course, that's how we reconnect. We're sitting right next to each other. That's obviously how it's going to happen. But also too, something you
Dude,
just said. Yeah. Something you just said. Goodness, you said, you know, getting stuck, like, you know, you have that level of success, but you're kind of feeling stuck, like how to do next. I actually listened to a podcast this morning that through a woman that I met through Fem City, where she's actually doing, it's called, oh my gosh, so it's called The It Factor is the name of the show I heard
mm,
it on. But the podcast that I want to give the credit to is Hitting Rock Middle. I'll put it in the comments, whatever it is. But the way it was is pretty much talking about like, yes, you're successful, yes, you're happy, but is it the right success for you? Is the right happiness for you? And kind of figuring out how to get out of that middle to get up. So
right. Oh, I like that. I like that it's not rock bottom.
yeah,
Sadly, most people have to hit rock bottom, but that's awesome. You know what? It's just what you know, like, honestly, I didn't even plan it. And I just thought to myself, I should actually plan them out. I said, you know what? I've been consistent with the Tuesday transformations, and Wednesdays
hmm
I said, I'm going to do my podcast. So whatever I'm feeling at the moment is honestly what I talk about.
that's great because
Yeah.
then that's probably what somebody else needs to
So,
hear.
so I expect to hear your podcast next week.
Yeah. So, and the whole alignment and flow thing is I did a couple for my, like just on my own playing with it to kind of see what kind of vibe I want to do. Because there's some good podcasts, there's some not so great. There's some with really amazing content, but it's really, and you don't want to listen to it type podcast. So just playing a bit, but energetically connected this weekend at the event that I attended. Somebody and I were just kind of riffing for like 5 seconds about podcasting and how we can like support each other. And I was texting her, I can actually do screenshots, which would be awesome. I texted her saying, you know, sorry to bother you on a Sunday, but I can't stop thinking about what we talked about, blah, 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 blah. Check my email later, about an hour before that, she had emailed me saying, hope you're having a great Sunday. It was great reconnecting with you. I can't stop talking about the
Wow.
podcasting, so we're making it happen. Yeah, and it's a company
Good.
that's
That's
really
awesome.
great who helped me with my bio, actually. Affordable Content is the name of the company. So
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, you know, I think, what do I, Anchor. Anchor actually allows, and I haven't tried it yet, so actually I'm going to challenge you and ask you, okay, to like
mhm.
try it with me. There's a way that I could just bring someone on, but I haven't done it that way. Like
Sure.
I'm doing my interviews live, but there is a way that we could just do a trial thing, and you know, we could pick a topic and we both kind of talk about it, which would be cool. And then it'll be
Whatever you
practice for
need.
both of
So
us.
what we're doing right now,
Yeah.
this is what I'm obsessed with. And this is what I do with people. It's like we just start talking and we're like, oh, like, and then sometimes it could just be me sitting here smiling at you and you talking to yourself and just like being able to talk it out. I'm like, poof, magic done. Make it happen.
I know, it's amazing. I'm so glad. I know, I wasn't thinking the fact that I saw you in New Jersey, duh, at Tara's event. I connected with so many amazing people, and that was just like so wonderful. I loved it. So glad I was
Mhm.
able to be there. And thank you so much. So, how can people connect with you?
So you guys can connect with me through Facebook, which I actually haven't been as active as I used to. And people have been calling me out on it because I used to do morning motivation all the time. But I got to a point where I was doing it out of pressure, feeling like, oh, I have to put it up because I've been doing it for 3 years straight. And I actually went through a mental health period myself where I had some things I was going through over the last year, 10 months or so. So I kind of took a step back and I've been communicating more. I learned IRL in real life. So that's why I haven't been doing as much on Facebook. Feels so cool now. But I'm starting to rev that up. So you can connect with me on social, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or my website, daniellewoolley.com. If you're interested in any of those collaborative events that I mentioned, I actually have a link tree. I don't know if you've used that at all, Jamie, but it's
Yeah, I use it as well.
linktr.ee/Danielle B. Woolley, because that's how, if I have someone in my circle that I know is doing something awesome, I want to help promote them too. And that's the easiest way to do it, is through Linktree.
Oh,
So thank
cool.
you so much for
Yeah, I
having me.
love
This
that.
was
It's
fun.
so simple. You're welcome. Awesome. And thank you for coming on. And I look forward to our collaborative podcast.
Yes, it's happening now. We just put it out into the universe. It'll happen in
Yeah,
the next
it
like
is.
five
We put
minutes.
it out there.
All right. Good
All
night,
right.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you,
you for
everybody, for
joining us.
listening. Good night.